America, a land of dreams, diversity, and democracy. But to truly understand the United States today, we must take a journey through its past, from the arrival of the first colonists to the global superpower we now know. This is the story of America's history. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to our channel. Today, we are diving into the rich history of one of the world's superpowers, America. Stick around as we unpack their story. Long before the first European settlers arrived, North America was home to diverse Native American tribes. Each tribe had its own unique culture, language, and societal structure. From the Iroquois in the northeast to the Apache in the southwest, the continent was a mosaic of thriving communities. Then, early in the 1600s, European powers led by the British, Spanish, and French began to colonize the Americas. The British established Jamestown in 1607, marking the beginning of English presence in what would later become the United States. But colonization was not peaceful. It led to the displacement of native peoples and significant conflict. Driven by economic opportunities and religious freedom, more settlers came, building colonies along the eastern seaboard. The Puritans founded New England, while the southern colonies, like Virginia, thrived on agriculture, relying heavily on enslaved Africans for labor. By the mid 1700s, tension between the British Crown and the colonies were rising. The colonists were unhappy with heavy taxation without representation, which led to acts of defiance like the Boston Tea Party in 1773. Key figures like George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, and Benjamin Franklin became leaders in the movement of independence. In 1776, the Continental Congress declared independence from Britain with the signing of the Declaration of Independence. The Revolutionary War followed, with battles fought across the colonies. After years of struggle, the colonies emerged victorious and the United States was born. After the war, the young nation needed a framework to govern itself. In 1787, delegates from the states met to draft the U.S. Constitution, a revolutionary document that established a system of government based on a democratic principles and the separation of powers. The Constitution created three branches of government: the executive, led by the president, the legislative, consisting of Congress, and the judicial, led by the Supreme Court. This system of checks and balances ensured no single branch would have too much power. With its government in place, the US rapidly expanded westward. The Louisiana Purchase of 1803 doubled the size of the country, and the idea of manifest destiny, the belief that the US was destined to expand from coast to coast, took hold. However, westward expansion came at a great cost. Native American tribes were forcefully relocated, and conflicts between settlers and native peoples were frequent. The most infamous example was the Trail of Tears, where thousands of Cherokee were forced from their homes in the southeast to land in present-day Oklahoma. By the mid-19th century, the issue of slavery had divided the nation. The southern states relied on slavery for their economy, while many in the north opposed the practice. In 1861, this divide erupted into the Civil War, the bloodiest conflict in American history. After 4 years of brutal fighting, the Union, led by President Abraham Lincoln, emerged victorious. Slavery was abolished, but the country faced the monumental task of rebuilding a period known as Reconstitution. The late 19th and early 20th centuries saw the rapid industrialization. Cities grew, and America became an economic powerhouse. But the boom was followed by hardship. The Great Depression of the 1930s left millions unemployed, and the US faced a crisis of survival. During this time, the US also became involved in global conflicts, including both world wars. The country played a decisive role in ending World War II, emerging as a leader on the global stage. Despite its growing power, the US continued to struggle with issues of inequality. especially racial segregation. The civil rights movement of the 1950s and the 60s, led by figures like Martin Luther King Jr., brought a renewed focus on justice, equality, and freedom for all Americans. Over the decades, movements for women's rights, LGBTQ rights, and other social causes shaped American society, pushing the nation toward greater inclusion and progress. Today, America stands as one of the most diverse and dynamic nations in the world. From the technology innovation to cultural influence, the US continues to play a pivotal role globally. But it is also a nation still grappling with its past, from issues of race to economic inequality. The story of America is far from over. It is a story of resilience, change, and the ongoing pursuit of liberty and justice for all. Thank you for joining us on this journey through American history. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more content like this. And remember, the story of America is a story that belongs to us all. Thank you.